I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who to victory. It's Carr's Raiders going up against Roethlisberger's Steelers. So with that, let's get up to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Oakland Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. One receiver to the left is Cooper, so the D-line's going to spread out. They go play action here on first down. Finding time. It's caught by Clive Walford. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Robert Golden, the one who got him down. On second down, here's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. Brought in by Walford, right side. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Here's Marquette King now to kick it for Oakland. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. Shift together here from the D-line.
These two.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Le'Veon Bell enjoyed playing Cleveland in Week 11. Led all rushers on Sunday, 146 yards. You toss in the passing yardage, he was over 200.
But how about the start to the game? He's over 100 yards in the first half. Sprinted out there, set the tone, and boy, he's just one of the best backs in the league because of what you just noted. He can run it effectively, not just inside, but outside. But his ability to catch the football makes him a matchup nightmare for defenses.
He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders. Offensive starters time. Electric is certainly a word that comes to mind when you talk about Le'Veon Bell.
Love the way that he reshaped his body coming out of college. A bigger, thicker runner while he was at Michigan State. Lost weight, became more of a whippet in the NFL, and now no one can tackle the guy, whether he's running it or catching it.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is that now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it third down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Time running out here on the play clock. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Alert. All right, here we go.
And they'll put Bryant in motion left.
Hurry up, let's go. Okay.
They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But
nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. 2nd down now after the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. And you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. And we were scoreless up until this point in the 2nd quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in? There goes Marcus Wheaton, the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Marcus Wheaton, 75 yards. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Caught left side to Crabtree. And he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down at 4 now.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And this is caught. It's Cooper. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletics there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Now Carr throwing on second down. He's got time in the pocket. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
Well, in my time in football, I've yet to see a playbook that draws up offensive plays designed to lose yardage. A running play loses yardage on first down. They try and throw it, take a sack on second down. What can the offensive coordinator come up with here on third down?
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. After the sack, third and goal now from the 12. Carr going to throw. And, oh, what a catch at the 2. That one good for 10 yards. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
All right, here we go. Red 18.
They're going to run it with Murray. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Latavius Murray taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. Showing some grits and some guts going for it there. 4th and goal, pounding it in.
And being rewarded for that confidence in the team, huh? The coach saying, let's go ahead and get this. And how about the guys up front firing out, finding a little bit of a crack for them to get through? Touchdown. I love it.
Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Out left side here to Bryant. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one. And it'll give the Steelers a first down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air? Let's see. 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard line. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. 43 yards. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
Here we go. Eat these 2.
Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And that makes it 14-10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant. Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Carr turns, hands to Murray. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
One receiver to the left is Cooper. They go play action here on first down. He's got time. Looking deep for Crabtree. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. Throwing now is Carr. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Amari Cooper, the intended target. 3rd down here.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Surveying the field. Letting one go deep for Roberts. And it's caught. Roberts has it for a Raider touchdown. Seth Roberts in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. And he puts it through. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Smith. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. On the return, here's Justin Gilbert. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, and defensively, you've got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop, and they've been able to do that.
And he's gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game, one of the premier runners in the NFL.
Black 20. 4 down.
They'll need to get the play off quickly.